I'm Abby.
And I'm Lenka.
And we're Lights, Camera, English. Did you do your homework?
I did. Did you?
Of course.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Oh my goodness, why? Didn't you sleep well last night?
I only slept like 4 hours.
Why? What happened?
Sex education.
Congratulations. I'm kidding. So you had the talk with your son?
Sex education with Gillian Anderson.
Oh, the TV series! Right, sex education.
That's what I said.
It is. So what did you think?
I thought it was fabulous.
Good.
Gillian Anderson. I thought she was American.
So did I. I think she probably is.
She's so British.
She's so good. The accent is perfect that I doubted she was American. But just her Britishness as well.
Absolutely.
I'm so impressed.
And her blonde hair.
She looks amazing.
She absolutely does.
Hey.
Well, besides Gillian Anderson, who is fabulous, I think that the whole show is fabulous.
Good. I'm glad.
I would never expect myself to enjoy a series about British teenagers.
No.
But I really liked the way they portrayed British society or the reality of British teenagers and how diverse the society is and how there are different ethnicities and genders and sexual experience. And I liked how they showed how the norms are shifting.
Yes.
And how this is becoming an accepted norm. And I really appreciated that. And also what I really liked was how they show that whatever your struggles are when you're a teenager, that it's got nothing to do with the situation, family situation or ethnicity or whatever. It's just as a human being, you have to go through something that's difficult.
Yes.
And the circumstances can make it even more difficult.
Yes.
But that's just what the life is about.
It's our human story. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's that part of it. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you for that recommendation.
You're welcome. I'm glad you really enjoyed it. I have another one.
Okay,
More
shall I write
homework.
it down? Okay.
Don't worry, I'll remind you every day. Okay, so I recently watched Bodyguard.
That's an old movie, Whitney Houston.
No, that is an old movie. I'm talking about a new TV series.
Oh, there is a TV series called Bodyguard.
There is. I don't know whether there will be any more, but I watched season 1. Again, set in Britain. And it's... So the lead is a man who is ex-soldier, ex-military, returned to civil world, lives as a civilian, and he gets a job being a bodyguard, but to high-ranking people, like governmental officials and things like that. And he starts to uncover some kind of conspiracy theory. I won't ruin it for you, but that's kind of, you're following his story. However, the reason I really love this and recommend it is because every opportunity the production has to make the character a female, they do.
How lovely is that?
And so reassuring. But even the less obvious ones, like the bomb disposal team leader is female, the negotiator is female, even the terrorist is female. That's just in one episode. But all the powerful characters as well, chief of police, head of security, I don't remember all the job titles, but really high-ranking jobs, and that most of them are by women, except the Prime Minister, who's just a really small part. That's played by a man.
Can be played by men.
Yeah, it can be played by a man. But otherwise, it's just all these wonderfully strong, powerful, decisive women. And I love it on a personal note, obviously, because I'm a female actress.
Right.
And they're finally representing women in film, which is great for my future. As I'm getting older, it's good to see that older women in there too. But also just for society, it just represents better the reality and provides role models for young women growing up and seeing these strong women. So I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah, so they don't have to be portrayed only as these precious flowers, princesses.
Yes, damsels in distress.
Yeah,
yes, exactly. They have something more interesting to aim at.
Very good. It's quite a breakthrough. And talking about princesses.
Yes.
It's another breakthrough and a tick on my homework list.
Oh, yes?
I watched The Crown.
And
it is fantastic.
It is.
I think it's one of the best series of the last couple of years.
I agree.
Yeah. And I really, really loved it. And it was interesting for me because for me, my Englishness, if I may say so, was always based on American reality. Until I met you.
Shame
I was
on you.
never really interested in British way of life or whatever. So I knew there was the royal family, but okay, well, Sweden's got the royal family as well.
Okay.
But anyway, I got more interested in Britishness.
Yes.
When I met you.
Oh.
And then, of course, when I watched The Crown. And I think that the way they portray the royal family is phenomenal because they humanize them very much.
They do, yes.
It's not just these people that you cannot relate to because they live in the Windsor Castle and you've got nothing in common with them. But now when you watch them, you feel you know them.
Yes, yeah.
You see how human they are and their struggles and problems and their motivations.
Yes.
And you understand why they behave the way they behave. And I think that the British royal family became really popular through the series.
At least I
feel like now I feel invested. I feel a part of the family almost.
Yes, and I think they've treated this very delicate sort of topic really respectfully and cleverly.
Supposedly, it's quite realistic.
Apparently very accurate, So it's brilliant.
Yes.
I love it.
Certainly is great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Here's another one for you.
Okay.
This. I'm not sure what you'll think of it. But it's called Stranger Things.
I heard the name. Haven't watched it.
Okay. Well, it's another one of these TV series that suddenly has a actress from our childhood appear from nowhere, and she's fabulous.
Who's that?
Winona Ryder.
Oh, I remember her scandalous.
Oh yes, she's also a very good actress. But yes, she's great in this, and she actually plays the mother of the main character, a bit like in Sex Education, where Gillian Anderson is. So the main character is a young boy, and the main storyline is you follow this group of young teenagers in small town America, basically, but in the late 70s, 80s, which I think is so brilliant because, okay, it's not necessarily for children. It's a few scary bits in it. But to get adults to watch a story about children, basically, is the best way to do it is to set it at a time when they were children. So it's very well pitched, and it works perfectly to my age group, basically, because everything is so nostalgic. You've got you can almost smell it. You know, the fabrics are all from that era, the wallpaper, the old telephones, the
recognize
cars.
everything.
Yes.
And you feel like this was my
childhood. Even though it's set in America, there were so many similarities that I could just really feel it.
So it's really nostalgic.
It's very nostalgic. And then the kids cycle off into the forest, and you just want to follow them. So it's very cleverly done. But what happens in the forest is a tad extremely scary.
Scary.
It's quite scary.
Not for me.
Not even a little bit?
The pitch is over.
The pitch is over. Okay. All right. I need to think of a new one.
Scary, not for me.
Okay.
Okay, now let me check on your homework.
Oh, yes.
Jane the Virgin. Oh, what is that face?
I love Jane the Virgin face.
Okay.
I love that series.
I knew you would. It took you a year or so.
Yeah, I know. It did take me a whole year. And it was one night when I'd kind of given up. I went, fine, I will finally watch it to get her off my back. And then I couldn't stop.
It is great, right? You remember what you said when I told you about it?
Kind of, yeah.
Like, oh.
I know, well, okay, I'm sorry.
Accidentally artificially inseminated.
Oh. Exactly, it is the worst pitch ever for a TV show, right? But it's fantastic. You've got to give it a chance, and which is what I say to everyone I meet, even at the bus stop. Oh. Exactly. You say it's about a woman who's been artificially inseminated accidentally, and they pull exactly the same face, and so I say, but it's a take on a telenovela,
and they go.
Exactly. They walk a bit further away. I said, but it's really, really funny and it's self-aware, and they've gone. But I know they'll be back, and they'll be back on their knees with gratitude that I introduced them to Jane the Virgin.
You remember who introduced you to Jane the Virgin?
I do.
On your knees?
No.
With gratitude.